everyone. Welcome to Oz Arab Media, bringing the community together. My name is Jayma, and joining us today is international acclaimed comedian and actor Maz Jobrani, star of Netflix Immigrant, host of Back to School, and one of the most funniest, fearless voices on the global stage. From stand up to Hollywood, Maz mixes his humor with heart. And I am so happy to have you here with us today, Maz. Welcome
Thanks
to
for having
Australia.
me. Thanks for having me, Jayma. I just realized that my name is the anagram of your name. You're Jayma. I'm
Yes.
Majay.
Oh, yes.
Majay and Jayma. We should take this show on the road.
We should definitely do that. And I'm gonna remind you that you said that. I mean, it's a good mix, right?
Yes, of
Asian and
course.
Iranian, bringing the culture together.
Absolutely. What kind of Asian are you? Where are you from originally?
Should I let you have two guesses?
No, just tell me. Don't make me
Just
get.
tell you. Okay, I'm from Taiwan.
Oh, okay. There you go. There you
Yeah,
go. Yeah,
where the ramen is
Iranians and
from.
Taiwanese, we got to get together. Let's make this happen.
Yes, we will make this happen. Amazing. Now, I want to ask you. I know that you had your first show last night in Melbourne. Want to ask you, what's your impression on Aussie audiences compared to like the US and Middle East?
Well, we just did a show at the Comics Lounge, which is the comedy club here in Melbourne.
Mm-hmm.
Our big show is on Saturday at the Palais Theater. But
Yes.
the Comics Lounge is great. They're great people, great club, and a great crowd on a Wednesday night. It was packed. There were
Mm-hmm.
a comedy crowd. And I always say, I think Australian crowds, I love them because you guys understand the culture of stand-up comedy and you
Yes.
understand that you should laugh. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I live in Los Angeles, so the clubs I go to in LA as well have good comedy clubs. So I would
Mm.
put Australia right up there with the American crowds in terms of being welcoming and wanting to laugh.
Good. And did you pick up any culture, slurs?
I didn't pick up slurs, but like a week or so before
Mm.
I came, I was in LA doing a show, and
Mm.
I asked if anybody in the audience was from the Middle East, and
Yeah.
somebody volunteered. They said, "I am." I go, "Where are you from?" They said, "Bankstown."
Ah!
And I didn't know what that meant. I was like, "What are you talking about?" She goes, "Bankstown, Australia." And now I know that's where a lot of Middle Eastern people are. So I've
Yes.
learned that about Bankstown.
So you haven't been to Bankstown?
Never been to Bankstown, not that I know of. I don't.
Well,
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
I gotta
when you are
go.
in Sydney, you have to come. Yes,
Yeah,
definitely. I'm sure everybody will be like so welcoming you here in Bankstown.
yeah.
Where our studio is actually about 10 minutes from it.
Well,
So
there you go. I should
yeah,
go and get some authentic cuisine out there.
definitely, definitely. Now, Maz, you often mix your comedy with like political and social commentary. How do you find that balance, sort of in between being too provoking, especially in today's climate?
We can't worry about how other people react. So the same joke that I tell that gets somebody who will come up and say, "I love that joke," or someone will come up and be like, "I hate that joke."
Mm,
So I can't worry about what people are saying. I just need to talk about what's on my heart and in my mind. And often, if I can get a point across that I want to make, but use humor to do it, then I'm very happy with it. Ultimately, though, you got to make sure it's funny because you don't if
mm,
you're up there and you don't have jokes to go with it, then you're
mm.
just preaching. So you want to stay away from that.
Yeah, I see. I see. And you've performed in some of amazing places from, the Kennedy Center to the White House. What is your most memorable show and why?
Well, the one at the White House is very memorable because it wasn't really a show. They were celebrating the Persian New Year, Nowruz, at the White
Oh,
House under the Obama administration. And so I got a chance to go and stand at that podium where all the presidents speak. And I got to
mm,
speak about 5 minutes about being an Iranian American. And then I got to
mm.
introduce Michelle Obama, which to
Wow.
me was a life highlight, not a career highlight. So how cool that, I said only in America does this happen where some, kid that came from Iran is now at the White
Mm.
House introducing the first lady. That was a great experience.
Wow, that's beautiful. How did you feel at that moment?
I felt very just proud of the moment for all of us, because the fact, again, that we were invited as a group. What the Obama administration was doing was they were reaching out to different groups and saying, hey, come celebrate at the White House your celebration. So whether it was Greeks or Arabs or Chinese or whatever the people were, I think they were having different events to celebrate the diversity of America, and it was a proud moment for. In the room, we had Iranians and Afghans and Tajiks, and anybody else who celebrates Nowruz was in there with us, and so it was a proud moment for us all, I think.
Yeah, that's beautiful because, diversity is so important. As a founding member of Axis of Evil comedy tour, you are a major breakthrough for representation in the Middle East for comedy. How do you see diversity evolving in that today?
Stand-up comedy has always been pretty at the forefront, I think, of diversity. So even if you go back in the day, you had people from different backgrounds at the clubs telling jokes. I
Yes.
think it takes Hollywood longer to catch up to that diversity. So
Mm.
we've always had it. I will say, from the background of Middle Eastern Americans and Muslim Americans, when I first started, there weren't that many. And so that Access of Evil comedy tour you're talking about was me, Ahmed, Aaron Cater, and Dino Bidala. And now it's great to see all these other people, Rami Youssef, and at the time, actually, Mo Amr was already doing stand-up, but Hassan Minaj, Asif Ali, Nimesh Patel, and I'm talking about Indians now, but Tehran, who's my opening act, Max Amini, Amir K. There's all these people, Melissa Shoshahi. There's all these people that have come up, and it makes me very happy to see. And I think it's great because we get to tell our stories rather than having to have somebody not from our backgrounds tell that story.
That's right. So I think representation on screen is so important, right?
Absolutely.
I think right now at this moment is quite special because obviously you being Iranian, I'm Taiwanese, and it's moments like this I feel like people can actually relate. Like you don't have to be a certain way to do what you love.
Yeah, what I say is that comedy and art humanizes, whereas war dehumanizes.
Yeah.
And so when I'm in a room with someone from Taiwan and someone from Europe and someone from the Middle East and someone from wherever, we're all in the room laughing together, and we
That's
realize
right.
we're all human beings. So it's a good thing.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Now, you've openly said that you don't like being introduced as Iranian comedian, right? So I want to ask you a bit deeper, like how do you see your identity placed in your craft and what message are you trying to deliver to the world?
Well, I'm a comedian who happens to be Iranian American. I prefer that. When people say, "Oh, Iranian comedian or Iranian comedian or Persian comedian," I figure in my head I see a guy who's just going to come and do jokes about Iran. I have jokes about Iran. I have jokes about being Iranian American, but I also have jokes about other things. I'm more of a like all of us. We're more rounded than just one specific thing, and so that's why I prefer just the title of comedian. And if I choose to talk about being Iranian American that night, then I do. If I don't, then I don't. It's I think the expectations that come with putting a label on it are what makes me hesitant.
Yeah, it's like people block you in or stereotyping you in.
Yeah.
And yeah, again, I know about that.
Yeah, you know about that.
But you know what? If I ever introduce you on the show, I will be like Maz Jobrani.
Maz Biryani. There you go.
Right?
Yeah. The Indian comedian, Maz Biryani.
That's that's it. Like we'll make people confused, right?
Yeah,
That's what we
absolutely.
do. That's what we do. Now I know that you openly spoke about your sister battling with cancer, and you've actually produced a documentary for her. I just want to ask you, like, how has that personal loss affected you as a person, but also in your craft, in what you do?
Yeah, my sister Maz Jobrani, she passed away in 2017 from breast cancer. She actually made the film with her partner Kenny Krause. It's called Everything Must Change. I
Mm.
believe it's available on Amazon. It's a great story telling her journey of being diagnosed with cancer, thinking that we beat cancer, and then realizing that we didn't. But the reason I have executive producers because I helped raise some money for the editing, so they just put my name on there. So it's really,
Mm.
but yeah, it's really hard. I mean, I will tell you, I also lost a brother in 2014, so I've lost two siblings, and that's why I think that I remind people when we see numbers coming out
Mm.
from Gaza or from Ukraine or from wherever, and you hear 10 killed, 20 killed, 50 killed, 100 killed. I remind people it's not just about those people who are dying, which is tragic in itself. It's about the people that are affected by those deaths, who are relatives and friends and family who will live with that trauma the rest of their lives. So,
Mm.
it boggles my mind how human beings can be so destructive to one another. And
Mm.
I want a world in which the Palestinians can have their own existence, and the Israelis can live in security, and Ukraine and Russia can stop fighting. I feel that there's so many problems in the real world, whether it's your sister getting cancer or your brother passing away or a tree falling on your head or a storm hitting you, that us human beings, we don't need to keep adding to it, but we do. Unfortunately, we keep adding to the problems.
Thank you for so openly and being so raw about what you just spoke about. I just want to say I'm really sorry for your loss. I think a lot of times, like when we are, for example, I'm in Australia and you live in, LA. Sometimes people don't realize, they just see on the news, but they don't get it. Like they don't understand that we are all human beings and we are in this together, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes people turn a blank eye.
Yeah, I think human beings, it's easier. I think it's lazier and easier to hate than it is to just, put yourself out of your comfort zone and try to love that person that you think you should be hating. I'm trying to practice that more and more, even if it's like just in traffic or walking through the airport. I try to be cordial if I can, and sometimes people are looking very grumpy and that they don't seem like they're very friendly. I that's when I try to smile even more, in the
Yeah.
hopes of maybe making them wake up. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I think that that's a good thing to be. We should be kind to each other because you don't know what people are going through.
Yeah, definitely. I think smile doesn't cost anything,
Yeah.
Yeah. Show me your best smile right now.
Yeah.
Too funny. That's it. Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yes. So show more humility, generosity, and just kindness to one
Kind.
another. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do that smile that Maz just did, for sure.
Yes, exactly.
All right. You've been known for politically outspoken. Are there any times that you feel like, pressure to sort of tone it down?
The only pressure I get is, sometimes people online will tell you to stay out of politics, and then sometimes you have relatives who say they're worried for you. I just feel that we're in a world where there's so much pressure coming from the other side. That's an anti-immigrant pressure. That's a pressure. That's a hawkish war pressure. There's all this stuff. So I think if we don't all speak up, then we end up in an authoritarian regime as well. So having experienced it once with Iran becoming an authoritarian regime under the Islamic Republic, I try to just remind people, hey, look at what's happening on our watch under this administration. You should definitely all, like, we should all be upset that there's a 64-year-old lady watering her plants, and they come and arrest her with ICE, and they take her to detain her because she, I don't know, she's been here years and years, but she just never became a citizen. So it's bothersome to watch, and I just will keep talking about it. I mean, I don't know what else to do.
I think well, it's important, for people like you and people that's in the public eye to speak about it and to stand up for what you believe and to show that to show again that we're all in this together, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I want to ask you, what advice would you give aspiring, comedians here in Australia or around the world? What advice would you give them? And especially for the ones that want to sort of inspire beyond just laughs.
Yeah, my number one piece of advice to everybody that's starting out or doing any comedy, that's just two pieces of advice. Write as much as you can and get on stage as much as you can. You combine those two and, put in 5 years or so, 10 years, you'll start seeing results. When I say get on stage as much as you can, you should be getting on stage 5 to 10 times a week to practice the craft. Because it's not like social media where I put a camera up, I have a funny thing I want to say, I'm done. Stand up, you got to get in front of an audience, try it out, try it out, and just keep going and going and going until, you start seeing results.
Lovely. Do you remember your first show?
Yeah, I think the first show I did was in a bar called Gallagher's in Los Angeles, and the act that I had at the time was more of a skit that I'd written where I was doing different accents, and in all honesty, it's pretty cringeworthy. Because
cringeworthy.
Well, yeah, whoever you are, your first times out, it's gonna be not that great.
Yeah.
So that was that, and then I kept going, and here I am, 20-something.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, you have to start somewhere, right?
Got to start somewhere.
That's right. Yeah, even though if it's cringeworthy.
Yes.
All right. So, your next show is going to be on the 25th of July in Brisbane. We are going to link a link here, so people, please purchase the ticket, go watch Maz. And I'm going to see you on the 2nd of August, your Sydney show.
Yeah, so I'm currently on this tour in Australia. So it's Brisbane, Melbourne, Adelaide, Perth, Sydney, and then Auckland. So those are all in the next 2 weeks. So if people are in any of those cities, you want to come out for a laugh, a little bit of a break from all of the life's difficulties, then get your tickets at Maz Jobrani and come on out.
Yes. And guys, make sure you do that, because otherwise you're missing out. And I'm really looking forward to meet you in person that's the 2nd of August, I believe, in the Sydney show.
Yeah.
Now, Maz, have you ever tried bubble tea?
Bubble tea?
Yeah, we call it bubble tea. I know in the States you guys call it baba.
Oh, boba.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a teenage daughter, so yes, I've tried boba.
Okay, that is Taiwanese.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. That's cool. But truth be told, a lot of things are made in Taiwan. So
That's
you guys, not just boba, a lot of things.
Yes, of course. Yeah. No, I'm gonna bring you one when I see you in person that day. Yes.
I look forward to it.
Well, thank you so much for being on here. And I look forward to meeting you in person. Get plenty of rest.
Thank you for having me. And as my from one biryani to another biryani, I appreciate you.
Yes, that's right. All right. Well, thank you. And I'm just going to say thank you, everybody, for watching. Make sure you follow Oz Arab Media. And I'm sure you guys are already following Maz on socials. And we'll see you next time. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Oz Arab Media, bringing the community together. My name is Jay Ma, and joining us today is international acclaimed comedian and actor, Maz Jobrani. Oh my gosh. It happened.
You messed it up.
Sorry. Do you know how I was trying to remember your name?
How?
I was trying to remember, biryani? The food?
Yeah,
and I was trying to remember, and then it just happened. I just tried to say that, but it's Jobrani. Oh my God.
Jobrani,
so embarrassing.
that's so funny.
You
got to send me I want you to send me this clip of what you just said. I'm serious, because I have a clip of a guy. I was doing a show in Dubai,
Yeah.
and the guy, the parking attendant,
Yes.
was having people come in, and then
Yeah.
the people that were coming to the show, they were filming, and they asked him. They said, "Do you know where the Maz Jobrani show is?" And the
Yeah.
guy goes, "Biryani," and he goes, "No, Jobrani." He goes, "Biryani."
Yeah,
So,
you have to use this because it's so funny because that's what I was trying to remember. But then I
yeah.
was watching you. I was watching. And you say you have an Indian wife, right?
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
I mean, it all makes sense.
It all makes sense. Maybe I am in another world. I'm Biryani.
Biryani.
I should change my name to Joe Briani, at least, to like have the
That's right.
biryani in there. Joe
That's
Biryani.
right. Yeah, yeah. So it's but it's Jobrani, right?
Jobrani, yes.
Jobrani. Okay. All
By
right.
the way, I prefer this to actually go to air, if you don't mind.
Oh,
I think this is great.
no, no, no. You know what? I actually love comedy, and I love doing like acting and everything like that. So this is fine. Like I think it's more authentic, right? So
Yeah, I don't need you to edit it out and start again. Biryani is
okay,
the way to go.
it's the way to go.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna do that intro, but we'll have all these clips as well. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Is that
Okay.
cool? Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right.